Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever the case is, wherever you are in the world. This is the analog times, and in this video I'm going to show you my still small but growing collection of postmarks. As you will see in this video, my notebook is not yet full, so it's just halfway there. But let's see if I can fill this up by the end of the year. Let's do it. Let's start with the boring ones. I'm gonna say boring because I'm so sorry. The Philippine Postal Service, or PhilPost, the Philippine Postal Corporation, does not actually make interesting postmarks. Later on I'll show you some interesting ones, but the usual ones are the regular ones with double circles, right? So you see this everywhere. So Guinobatan Post Office is the post office where I usually send my postcards because this is where I'm from. Our postal code is 4503. This is Nabua Post Office. The next day I went to Nabua. How far is Nabua? About an hour away from my city. And on the same day, I went to Iriga City Post Office to send postcards as well. Oh, you also see the one that cancels. So this is the postmark and this is the cancellation for the stamp. And then Masbate City Post Office. So Masbate City is in a different province, island province. If you go there from my hometown, it will probably take you 4 hours. Or more than 4 hours. As you can see here, this is December 29, 2025, when post offices are supposed to be closed. So before I went to the post office or to Masbate City, I searched for the contact details of the postmaster. She was so happy that somebody is interested in post offices. She said I can visit her house and she'll bring the postmark with her, and I can postmark this notebook from there. I actually told her I'm gonna drop off a postcard that I will send for myself and for another post crosser, and she said I can just leave the postcards to her and she'll send them on the next working day, which was January 3. Sorsogon City, from another province called Sorsogon. This is the southernmost province in my region. I got this on January 6. Casiguran Post Office, which is also in Sorsogon province. The next day I went to Casiguran. So Sorsogon January 6, Sorsogon City, Sorsogon January 6, Casiguran, Sorsogon January 7. January 8, Tabaco City, back to my home province. Tabaco City is where I spent I think half of my childhood, because I went there for my 5th grade and until I graduated high school. And Tabaco City Post Office is quite old. They used to have a post office box, PO box, but it's so old that the ceilings are leaking, and my region actually is tropical cyclone prone, so it's not a good idea to rent out the PO boxes when the ceilings are leaking. So I actually heard from the news that they have funding already, so I think they will have those fixed. So Tabaco City Post Office, January 8. This is Naga City, Camarines, which is the province next to us as well. So Sorsogon is the province south of my province, and then Camarines is the province north of my province. Naga City is about 3 hours away. Sorsogon City is about 2 hours away. Tabaco City is about an hour away from my hometown. An hour and a half from me. Naga City is, I would say, a cultural center in my region. There are a lot of events there. A lot of intellectuals from Naga City. This is Legazpi City Post Office, where I have my PO box and the economic center of my region. This is back in Masbate City, but this one is different from what I showed you earlier, Masbate City, right? But that one was circular postmark, and this is for the local registry receiving section. January 13. So as you can see, my December and January was quite busy, right? So I've been traveling back and forth provinces. Balud Post Office, also in Masbate, but in order to get there, I think it's a 2 hour, if I remember it right, 2 hour ride from Masbate City. Camalig Post Office. This is in my province, just a town away from my hometown. So it only takes about 15 to 20 minutes to get there from my hometown. Also an interesting post office because they have an old weighing scale, which I took a picture of. Daraga Post Office. Daraga is next to Camalig. So my hometown is Guinobatan, and then Camalig, and then Daraga. I bought a lot of stamps from Daraga Post Office. They have really cool stamps. Anyway, so let's go to the next one. Oh, this is also in Legazpi City, but it's just a receiving post office. Yeah, you cannot pick up your mail from them. They just receive it. Ligao post office, Ligao City. There should be Ligao City there, but for some reason they just put Ligao post office. South of my hometown is Camalig. North of my hometown is Ligao City. So it's also just 20 minutes away from my hometown. Okay, so I messed this up, so I actually redid it. So this is Irosin post office in Sorsogon province. Yeah, I have a problem with Irosin post office because I sent a postcard from Japan to Irosin and it never got there, so I don't know. Also in Daraga, I have had successfully sent postcards to Daraga, but there is one missing. So this is the next month, so February. And February 4, Polangui is back in my hometown, home province, but about an hour away from my province. So closer to Camarines, the province, than my hometown. UAS is next to Polangui. They have almost similar postmarks, right? Oh, the only difference is that in Polangui, they do it this way, 4th of February, and in UAS they do February 4, which is the usual way of writing dates in the Philippines. But I know in other parts you usually do it this way. So when I write my postcards, I write the dates this way. This bulan of February 24. Okay, so now in the more interesting postmarks. Actually, this is not a postmark, but I just put it in my postmark notebook. This is an FDC stamp. So this is available at the Manila Central Post Office. Kinda like this. So for example, if you're not familiar with FDCs or first day covers, they look like this. So this is the official first day cover of the 125 years of the province of Sorsogon, and they released the stamp, the 125 years. That is a whale shark, and that is Busan, that is the Capitol building, and this is the cross that symbolizes the first mass in the island of Luzon, and this is the postmark or the cancellation. So first day covers are actually also philatelic collectibles. I have a bunch of these. If you are interested in collecting FDCs, I have FDCs of the 125 years of the province of Sorsogon. You can just email me at ra@raversustheworld.com. They will be available for sale. Let me know. The stamp actually is already quite rare because during the pandemic, the Manila Central Post Office actually was engulfed by a huge fire, and a lot of the stamps, this stamp included, were lost due to the fire. Okay, so back to this. Maligayang Pasko means happy. Happy is Maligaya, Pasko is Christmas, so Merry Christmas. And this is also for the first day cover of the Philippine mythical creatures. This is the Manananggal. So this is the Manananggal. It says here, let me read it to you. Manananggal. The Manananggal is a vampire-like mythical creature of the Philippines, a malevolent, man-eating, and blood-sucking monster or witch. So, and as you can see here, she doesn't have her lower torso because at night the Manananggal cuts her torso in half, and the upper torso flies around looking for pregnant women so she can eat the baby, or I don't know, seducing men as well. So I have a maxi card. I have multiple maxi cards actually. I'm also selling them. These are this is the Manananggal from the Philippine Mythical Creatures Series 2 released last year, and this is the postmark and the Manananggal postcard. I'm also selling them, so you can just email me at shop@raversustheworld.com or ra@raversustheworld.com. This is the first series, the Mythical Creatures first series. There is no Manananggal here. So this is Nuno sa Punso, Sirena, si Malakas at Maganda. So this is basically from the creation myth of the Philippines, and Diwata, kind of like a Philippine elf. The second, this is the Maligayang Pasko, the Christmas one. It's interesting, it's cool, I love it. This is the Manananggal, San Elmo, which is Saint Elmo's fire, Bakunawa, and this is Saripanok. Year of the Horse. I don't know if your country does it, but in my country there is usually a Year of the Horse, Year of the Rat, Year of the Rabbit stamp. And so this is the Year of the Horse, cute version, but there is another version. It should be something like this, but I don't have a Year of the Horse with me at the moment. I should be wearing gloves. Okay. Sorry, I should be wearing gloves, or at least using. Okay, so Year of the Horse. Okay, so this is the postmark from the Manila Central Post Office. I told you they're mostly boring. Pope Leo. I also have stamps of Pope Leo. I also have stamps of Pope Francis. I'm not gonna show them to you now because this is gonna take longer. Okay, so now we're out of the Philippines. This is from Taiwan. So this is not actually a postmark, but this is part of a stamp rally in Kaohsiung in Taiwan, where you can look for the stamps. But this is part of the postal service, right? It's not just your usual stamp rally. It's part of the postal service stamp rally. And you will see these with the ducks. There was a Dutch artist who installed a giant rubber duck in the Love River in Kaohsiung, also in Hong Kong, I believe. And you will see the duck. It just commemorates the rubber ducks. This is from the Kaohsiung Exhibition Center. This one just reads Exhibition Center, Kaohsiung Exhibition Center. But I'll show you what this looks like when put together with the rest of the stamps from the stamp rally. This one just reads Kaohsiung 85 Sky Tower. So again with the duck, and this one just says the Kaohsiung Port Cruise Terminal, and this one is the Kaohsiung Music Center. Dagang Chiao, I guess is what it's read, but this is the Kaohsiung Great Harbor Bridge, again with the duck in the duck. And this is the Kaohsiung Light Rail. I'm gonna show you what they look like together. This is a notebook for all of my stamps, not just the stamps from post office, but also Eki stamps. And the stamps earlier, there's 6 of them, and when you put them together, yeah, they look like that. Next one. This is Popo holding an eggplant. Popo is a pigeon, actually. It might not look like it, but he is a pigeon, or she, I don't know. Popo the pigeon. They just call Popo the pigeon. Popo is holding an eggplant. I don't know why, but it could be because the area where you can find this is famous for their eggplants, because I'll show you one later. Postmall Popo. By the way, Popo is the mascot of the Chonghua Post, which is the postal service, the national postal service of Taiwan. So you can't just find him or her in Kaohsiung, but all over Taiwan. So some of these are not actually postmarks, I believe. They're just like stamps that you can collect when you visit post office. I'm sorry, I'm kind of cheating when I said this video is all about postmarks, right? But yeah, Taiwan is just full of stamps, just like Japan. Also, I believe Vietnam, so I'm gonna enjoy my visit there, I guess. Popo and the map of Kaohsiung. Popo is sending a mail. So cute. This one is saying I think Kishan Popo. This is Shan. In Japanese, if you know your Japanese, this is Yama, but Shan in Chinese and Yama in Japanese mean the same, so it just means mountain. Kishan is famous for their banana. So Popo is carrying a banana. This just says bird Popo, I guess. And then another Popo. The one earlier that you saw is different. So Popo with 2 thumbs up, and this one is Popo with the whole body. Let me show it to you. Okay, closer. This one I'm not sure if they are Chonghua mascots. I see them even in Taiwanese stamps. So I've received a postcard that features both of them. I guess they are postal baby, they call them. I don't know. I'm not really sure if Taiwanese is more familiar with it. Maybe they can say something in the comments. But I'm not really sure. Okay, this is Mikan, who is a mascot of the light rail system, or metro rail, I guess, in Kaohsiung. Mikan in Japanese means orange. In Japanese culture has a lot of influence in Taiwanese culture, so they also call orange cats Mikan. But Mikan, the orange cat, is famous in Kaohsiung because of the train system. And you will see it says here post, because this is from a post office near the train station. I have another one here, Mikan carrying a letter, delivering a letter. Another one, I guess, postal baby answers. Mikan again with is that bamboo shoot? I'm not sure. popo saying I'm in Taiwan. That is the shape of Taiwan. Okay, this one is what I'm interested in. So in the Philippines, as you can see, I can just stamp my notebook without any stamp. I can just borrow the postmark or the cancellation stamp whenever I want. But in Taiwan, you cannot do it without a stamp. So this is Alishan stamp. I have here Alishan stamps also for sale. Oh, sorry, but yeah. So Alishan, these are Alishan stamps. The trim one is this one. I've uploaded a separate video before showing the what I believe is the most beautiful post office that I've ever visited. This is that postal office, and they have stamps, $6 stamps with this, and it's a collector's. This is a collector's sheet, and it goes with these stamps. If you go back to that video, if you see the video, you will spot a large version of these on the facade of the postal office. Ooh, I should be wearing gloves, or at least use. I have copy for myself, and I have copies that I'm willing to sell. It's from Alishan, but the postmark is from Kaohsiung. I don't know what got into me, but I just used the Alishan stamp. I should have looked for a stamp from Kaohsiung. This one says Love River, and this one is the Dome of Light. Both are in Kaohsiung. And so they give you the postmark, and they allow you to use 2 more stamps from the post office. So I chose the Love River and the Dome of Light. Oh, okay, this one, I love this one. This one just says Kaohsiung. This one says, Kaohsiung Temporary Post Office. And this stamp is from one of the latest releases of the Chonghua Post Office, this one. Again, I also have duplicates. I always buy duplicates because some other philatelists might be interested. So I use this. And this is from the 60 years of passing the lamp and honoring the 100-year legacy postage stamps. So this is the Fuguangshan, the Buddha Museum in Taiwan. By the way, before we go to the next and the last one, I have here, let's not call them postcards. I'm gonna call them photo cards because they're so flimsy. Yeah, so, but they're supposed to be postcards. I had them ordered from a local printing press as postcards for 250 GSM, but unfortunately they printed it in 180 GSM. If any of you are interested in buying these Mayon volcano, the perfect cone-shaped volcano in my province, they are available for sale. This is my own photo. The 4 are photos from my friend who I used to work with in the same newspaper. I'm actually gonna send some to people from Post Crossing. What I did was I just pasted another layer of brown paper, so it's a bit thicker, like this, like that. Okay, so back to this. This last one is from the Alishan. This one says Alishan National Scenic Area, and this one says Alishan Shushan. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it. Zhoushan. So Alishan and Zhoushan are, I don't know if Zhoushan is in Alishan or if they are different, but you can get to Shushan in about 20 minutes from Alishan, and you can chase the sunrise. This is, again, I've shown this in that Taiwan video, very short video. Please go ahead and take a look at that. And this is the postmark and another beautiful stamp from Alishan. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you can give it a like, and I hope you can give this channel a follow. Say something in the comment section. Just hi would be nice. I would love to hear your thoughts about collecting postmarks from post offices, and let's exchange thoughts in email if you would like that. I'll be very interested to talk to another Marcophilatelist. This is the Analog Times. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have fun post crossing, and I'll see you in the next video.